Have you ever felt that age might signal the end of your intimate life? Many women face the daunting prospect of menopause and its accompanying changes, leading to feelings of insecurity and uncertainty about their sexuality. In today's video, I invite you to embark on a journey with me as we explore the complexities of intimacy after 50, where we will address common concerns like vaginal dryness and emotional well-being. You'll discover valuable insights into how to reclaim joy and connection in your intimate relationships and learn practical strategies for navigating the changes that come with aging. We will discuss everything from effective treatments to emotional support, ensuring you have the tools to redefine your experience of intimacy and pleasure. Stay with me until the end, as we'll share empowering stories of women who have embraced their sexuality and forged deeper connections with their partners. Together, we'll break the stigma surrounding these conversations, proving that your sexuality can thrive at any age. Don't miss the chance to rediscover yourself and transform your intimate life. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. The first subtle sign that things were changing came with my periods. For so many years, they had been a reliable fixture in my life, predictable and routine. But suddenly, their rhythm began to stutter and falter. Sometimes they'd appear and linger for what felt like an eternity, refusing to leave, while at other times they would vanish completely for months on end. I felt a strange mix of relief and anxiety. Relief that the familiar discomforts were on pause, yet a quiet dread crept in as I realized I no longer recognized the workings of my own body. Beneath the surface, a gnawing unease began to take root, whispering that I was losing control over a part of myself I'd always taken for granted. What was once predictable had now become a puzzle, each missing period a reminder that my body was beginning a journey I hadn't anticipated. Then came the hot flashes. Nothing could have prepared me for them. They would strike without warning, sudden waves of heat that felt like fire blazing from the inside out, turning my once peaceful moments into an overwhelming blaze of discomfort. It was as though someone had lit a match within me, and I was powerless to extinguish it. These hot flashes didn't come with a schedule or a warning. They'd surge through me at the most unexpected times, sometimes in the middle of a light-hearted conversation with friends, or even during a quiet, intimate family gathering. The heat would rise from my core, washing over my body, and in those moments, I felt raw, exposed, and helpless. The embarrassment was unbearable. I'd find myself desperately trying to act normal, to pretend nothing was amiss, but inwardly I was plagued with worry, wondering if people could see the flush creeping up my neck, the sheen of sweat that betrayed me. I felt vulnerable, like a stranger within my skin, and the unpredictability of it all cast a shadow over even my most cherished moments. But the hot flashes were only the beginning. Soon after, I began to notice an unsettling shift in my intimate life, something that seemed almost too painful to accept. Vaginal dryness crept into my life like an uninvited guest, bringing with it a new level of discomfort that I couldn't ignore. I vividly remember one particular night, a night that had been filled with the promise of closeness and connection with my partner. But what should have been an intimate moment turned into an experience of discomfort, even pain. It was as though my body had betrayed me, placing an invisible barrier between us that robbed us of the warmth and passion we once shared. The physical pain was sharp, but the emotional toll was even greater, a cut to my confidence, a wound to my sense of femininity and self. As I lay awake that night, a question I'd never thought I'd ask haunted my mind. Does he still see me the same way? The thought lingered, filling me with a quiet despair that I couldn't shake. I was terrified of becoming less to him, afraid that the connection we had built, the deep bond we'd nurtured, would begin to slip away as my body changed. These changes were not just physical. As each new symptom appeared, I felt an increasing sense of loss, as though parts of me were fading, slipping through my fingers. The person I had always been, the woman I had grown into and felt at home with, was transforming in ways I didn't yet understand. A confusing blend of emotions took hold: grief for the life I knew, fear of what lay ahead, and a nagging loneliness that felt as if it might consume me. My mind was suddenly a storm of questions, worries, and unspoken fears. Each morning, I would wake up with a heaviness in my heart, knowing that I was facing something I couldn't avoid, something that was altering not just my body but my spirit as well. The uncertainty gnawed at me, and creeping loneliness settled in, making me feel as though I was standing at the edge of an unknown chapter, unprepared and vulnerable. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. And yet, amidst all this confusion, there was a small, flickering resolve. Deep down, I knew I couldn't go through this alone. I needed answers, reassurance, and perhaps most of all, a way to make peace with this new phase of life. It was a turning point, a moment of clarity in which I realized that I owed it to myself to find understanding and, ultimately, acceptance. So, I made a promise to myself. I would not let these changes defeat me. Instead, I would embark on a journey of rediscovery. I would seek out knowledge, find guidance, and connect with others who had walked this path before me. It was terrifying, yes, but it was also liberating. A chance to redefine what this stage of life could mean. With both fear and determination, I set out to understand each symptom, to learn about the mysteries my body was unveiling. This journey would not be easy, I knew that. There would be moments of vulnerability, times when I would confront my insecurities, my doubts, and the layers of fear that these changes had unearthed. But there was also hope, a quiet, steady hope that I would find a way to embrace this path, to discover strength in the face of this transformation. I was learning, little by little, that these changes, while daunting, were not the end of my story but the beginning of a new chapter. And though I was stepping into unknown territory, I was ready to face it, determined to emerge not just as a survivor but as a woman who had rediscovered her power, resilience, and worth. Menopause is far more than a milestone. It is a life-altering transition, a threshold between who we were and who we are becoming. As women, society teaches us to expect the physical signs of aging: graying hair, the softening of skin, or a slowing pace. But menopause reaches deeper, stirring changes that go to the very core of our being. For me, this period of change came with challenges I had only heard whispers of, challenges that made me question my understanding of intimacy, connection, and even my own identity as a woman. This phase brought forth the inevitable realities of shifting hormones and the gradual loss of certain comforts I had taken for granted, like the natural ease of intimacy I had once shared with my partner. When the first unmistakable signs of menopause began to emerge, I didn't think much of it. Hot flashes, a few nights of tossing and turning, maybe a little irritability. I thought I could handle these surface changes. But as time passed, I encountered something far more personal and, in many ways, more painful: vaginal dryness. This wasn't just an annoying symptom. It felt like a disruption, a threat to the deep and treasured connection my partner and I had cultivated over decades. What had once been a space of intimacy, warmth, and closeness now felt uncertain. The discomfort was physical, but even more so, it was emotional. I felt like I was losing an essential part of myself, and I didn't know how to talk about it. Initially, I felt embarrassed, as if seeking information on vaginal dryness was somehow inappropriate or shameful. Society doesn't exactly encourage us to talk openly about our body's natural changes, especially when it comes to sexuality in older women. There's this pervasive myth that as we age, our desires and needs should quietly fade into the background, unspoken and unaddressed. I thought about ignoring the issue, letting it become just another normal part of growing older. But as the discomfort persisted, I realized that this was more than just a physical change. It was affecting my relationship, my emotional well-being, and my confidence. I couldn't keep pretending that everything was fine. So, one evening, I decided to confront my hesitations. I sat down with a notebook and began researching, driven by a newfound determination to understand what was happening to me. As I dug deeper, my curiosity transformed into something much more powerful: self-compassion. I learned that vaginal dryness was a direct result of declining estrogen levels, a hormone that plays a crucial role not just in lubrication, but in the health, elasticity, and resilience of vaginal tissue. This wasn't some rare, shameful issue. It was a common experience, a natural part of aging that countless women go through. This revelation lifted a weight off my shoulders, bringing with it a sense of validation and, surprisingly, empowerment. My body wasn't betraying me. It was simply transitioning, adapting, and evolving in ways that were as ancient and natural as womanhood itself. This knowledge became a turning point for me. Instead of feeling alone and isolated in my experience, I felt connected to a larger, timeless story of womanhood. Understanding that these changes were not only natural but expected gave me the courage to reach out to others, to open a conversation I had once thought too private to share. I started talking with friends, women I had known for years, women who had journeyed through similar experiences. And what I found in these conversations was transformative. We shared our stories, our fears, and our moments of insecurity, creating a safe, supportive circle where vulnerability wasn't just accepted, it was celebrated. We talked about the frustration of hot flashes, the sadness of facing unfamiliar changes, and, yes, the challenge of vaginal dryness. These were raw, real conversations that brought us closer together, reminding us that we were not alone, that our experiences were valid, and that we had the right to feel heard and understood. In this supportive environment, I realized something profound. Vaginal dryness, menopause, and the broader changes that come with aging are not topics to be shunned or hidden. They are parts of our shared journey as women, a testament to our resilience and capacity for growth. As we spoke, I felt a newfound strength building within me. A strength that came from knowing I was part of a community of women who understood, women who had been there, women who were walking this path alongside me. Together, we came to see that menopause was not an end, but a rebirth, a chance to redefine what intimacy, self-worth, and connection meant to us at this stage of life. Talking openly about these challenges didn't just offer relief. It rekindled a sense of solidarity and empowerment that I hadn't known I needed. These discussions taught me that our sexuality doesn't vanish with age. Rather, it evolves, transforming into something deeper, more meaningful, and often more profound. With time, I learned to embrace my body's changes, to see them not as limitations but as invitations to explore new dimensions of intimacy and self-discovery. Menopause, with all its complexities, has taught me that we are never too old to grow, to learn, and to connect deeply, with others and with ourselves. Now, I look at my journey not with frustration, but with pride. I see it as a chapter filled with resilience, grace, and strength that I didn't know I had. This journey has allowed me to reclaim my body, my voice, and my right to embrace each stage of life fully and unapologetically. Vaginal dryness, menopause, and the unspoken challenges of aging are not burdens. They are stories, rich with wisdom, that deserve to be told, shared, and celebrated. And in telling these stories, I've discovered a powerful truth. The courage to face our transformations is what makes us beautiful, whole, and truly alive. As I ventured deeper into the complexities of this sensitive, often unspoken topic, I came to realize just how many women, like myself, carry an intense, quiet fear of fading into the background. We are haunted by the thought that as age takes its natural course, our bodies will change, leaving us feeling less desirable, less seen, and worst of all, less valued. The aching question, am I still wanted, has a way of embedding itself deeply within, especially when you start to feel that your own body is betraying you. I couldn't ignore the cascade of insecurities that came rushing forward. Will my partner still look at me with that same spark in his eyes? Or is it possible to feel that kind of pleasure again, to truly reconnect in that way? These questions grew louder with each passing day, echoing not just my fears but the fears of countless other women who have felt this same loss of connection, this same sense of quiet dread. This was a collective reality that many of us endured in silence. And yet, somehow, acknowledging this painful truth began to feel like the first step toward reclaiming my power, toward finding a way forward. It wasn't easy to face these emotions, to accept that these changes were a natural part of life and that I wasn't alone in feeling vulnerable and, at times, defeated by them. But I knew that if I didn't address these fears head-on, they would only grow, feeding into the isolation and sadness I already felt. So, with a renewed sense of purpose, I decided to take action, to confront this journey with courage and an open heart. The first step in this journey led me to seek help from a specialist in women's health, a gynecologist who, I hoped, could offer me some insight, some relief, and perhaps even a roadmap back to intimacy and connection. As I sat in the waiting room, nerves tingling, I felt a mixture of hope and trepidation, a tension between wanting to rediscover my own body and fearing what I might find. I had never felt quite so exposed, both emotionally and physically, as I did at that moment. But when I finally met my doctor, I was met not with judgment, but with warmth, empathy, and a kind of compassion that felt like a balm to my fragile heart. Here was someone who understood the depth of my fears and the weight of my insecurities, and who listened to my concerns without rushing or dismissing them. The conversation we shared was nothing short of transformative. My doctor explained that I wasn't alone in experiencing these changes, that countless women face the same discomfort, the same frustration, and yes, the same fear of losing themselves. She spoke with such understanding, as though she could feel every emotion I had carried into that room. And for the first time in a long time, I felt genuinely understood. With patience, she introduced me to a variety of products that could bring back a sense of comfort and ease that I hadn't felt in years. Simple but powerful tools like water-based lubricants and vaginal moisturizers, designed to help relieve dryness and make intimacy feel like a possibility again. The first time I tried a lubricant, I was surprised by the wave of relief that washed over me. I had been almost skeptical, not sure if such a small thing could make a meaningful difference, but it was as though a long-forgotten door had been unlocked, allowing me to feel, even if just a little, like myself again. It was an intensely emotional moment, filled with a blend of gratitude and a newfound hope. I was rediscovering a part of myself I thought had been lost, a part that longed for connection, for closeness, for the joy of simply being with the person I loved. During that appointment, my doctor also mentioned hormone replacement therapy, HRT, explaining that while it's not the right choice for every woman, it has been a lifeline for many who struggle with the physical and emotional challenges of menopause. HRT, she said, could provide relief not only from vaginal dryness but from a host of other symptoms that come with this phase of life, restoring balance and even joy where there had been discomfort and distress. The possibility of feeling that kind of ease and comfort again was tempting, almost like a distant dream. But I felt a mix of hope and hesitation, a sense that this decision would require deep thought and a level of commitment I hadn't anticipated. The idea intrigued me deeply, sparking a sense of cautious curiosity and a longing for relief, yet I knew I had to weigh the risks, to consider carefully what this treatment could mean for me. I left that appointment feeling a renewed sense of empowerment, a feeling that perhaps I hadn't felt in years. I felt ready to embrace the changes in my body rather than hide from them. There was a certain beauty in that vulnerability, in admitting that I needed help and being open to receiving it. This was a journey not just back to physical comfort, but to emotional reconnection, to reclaiming a sense of intimacy and love, both with my partner and with myself. Taking action, seeking help, and being honest about these changes brought an unexpected transformation. This journey showed me that while our bodies may change, our capacity to love, connect, and experience joy remains undiminished. Every step and every decision became a powerful reminder that age and change do not define us. It's our courage to face these challenges, seek solutions, and keep fighting for our happiness that truly shapes who we are. And for the first time, I looked forward to the future with a hopeful heart, ready to embrace whatever came next with strength and resilience. As I started exploring the many options available to me, I began to grasp the profound importance of leading a life that was not just healthy but intentionally nourishing. This wasn't just about following a checklist of things I should be doing. It became a journey of reconnecting with my body and soul. I realized that every choice I made, from the meals I prepared to the routines I built around movement and self-care, played a powerful role in both my physical and emotional well-being. Prioritizing a balanced diet, staying well-hydrated, and embracing regular exercise turned into acts of self-love, vital for my overall health and for helping manage the complex symptoms of menopause. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. I found myself gravitating towards foods that felt vibrant and alive. Fresh fruits that burst with flavor, crisp vegetables, hearty whole grains, and proteins that made me feel strong and resilient. Every meal became an opportunity to fuel myself not just physically but mentally, as I began to see food as a source of energy and healing. Each choice to nourish my body with wholesome ingredients was like committing to honor my well-being, to be gentle with myself, and to provide my body with what it truly needed. And then there was movement. Physical activity became so much more than an obligation. It turned into a time when I could fully connect with myself. The simple act of walking outdoors, feeling the sun on my skin or the crisp air in my lungs, offered me more than just physical benefits. It became a sanctuary, a place where my mind could wander freely, and where each step felt like a release of tension, a letting go of the day's stresses. I found that being outdoors, surrounded by nature, brought me a sense of calm and mental clarity that was as rejuvenating as any physical improvement. It was as though I was healing not just my body but my spirit too, as if with each walk, I was reaffirming my resilience, my strength, and my commitment to myself. As I embraced these changes, I noticed shifts in other areas of my life, too. Over time, my partner became a more active part of this journey, turning what felt like a solitary experience into a shared path of growth and understanding. Initially, discussing intimate subjects like vaginal dryness was uncomfortable. It felt like stepping into unfamiliar territory, exposing vulnerabilities I had rarely voiced. But I knew I couldn't go through this journey alone, so I mustered the courage to open up, to share not just the physical challenges but also the emotional layers that came with them. It was liberating to express my feelings, and his response was everything I had hoped for: gentle, empathetic, and unwaveringly supportive. He listened with a warmth that made me feel seen and cherished, and together, we began to explore new dimensions of intimacy that did not depend solely on intercourse. This shift in our relationship brought us closer in ways I hadn't anticipated. Through our shared experience, our bond deepened, our connection became richer, and our love grew more profound. We learned to cherish moments of closeness that were less about physical acts and more about emotional presence. Holding hands, lingering conversations, and laughter that came from a place of comfort and understanding. These became the fabric of our relationship. What had initially been a challenging period turned into an opportunity to redefine intimacy, to rediscover each other in ways that were new, exciting, and deeply fulfilling. Looking back now, I see that the transformation I experienced went far beyond finding solutions to physical discomforts. It became an exploration of self-awareness, acceptance, and even self-celebration. With each step I took, every mindful meal, every moment of movement, every open-hearted conversation, I rediscovered the joy of truly caring for myself. I learned to honor my needs without hesitation and to view this stage of life not as an ending but as a renewal. It was as if I was stepping into a new version of myself, one who was more attuned to her own needs, more compassionate towards her limitations, and more courageous in seeking joy. This journey has shown me that this stage of life is filled with endless opportunities to grow, explore, and embrace a new kind of sexuality that is rooted in wisdom and self-assurance. I now see menopause not as a loss but as a beautiful transition, a threshold that leads to a new, liberated chapter where intimacy is richer, love is deeper, and self-care becomes a sacred practice. This experience has allowed me to recognize that aging is not about becoming less. It's about becoming more resilient, more loving, more accepting, and more at peace with the many dimensions of who I am. In embracing this journey, I have found that life continues to offer joy, discovery, and connection in ways I never imagined. What once seemed daunting has now unfolded into an era of self-discovery and inner strength, a time when I am learning to love and cherish myself more fully, deepen my relationships, and live each day with a renewed sense of purpose and gratitude. It is a stage brimming with potential, where every experience, every connection, every moment of self-care is a testament to the beautiful, resilient woman I am becoming. This journey has been nothing short of transformative, a powerful reminder that life's changes, even the most challenging ones, can lead us to our most authentic, joyful selves. These insights not only transformed my physical experience, but ignited a profound renewal of my confidence, self-worth, and sense of inner strength. Moving through menopause, I came to understand that this period was more than just a series of changes. It was an opportunity for rediscovery, an invitation to reclaim parts of myself I had long set aside and to awaken a deeper awareness that perhaps I hadn't even known I was missing. This stage of life became a bridge to embrace new forms of intimacy, self-care, and connection with a heart open to all its possibilities. Now, as I look back on this journey, I feel a powerful calling to share my experiences, because I know all too well how isolating it can feel to walk this path alone. There are parts of menopause, like vaginal dryness, that are rarely discussed openly, yet they can profoundly affect us and sometimes make us feel that we are less vibrant or even diminished. But I want every woman facing these changes to know with certainty that these challenges do not define who we are or limit our potential for joy, pleasure, and connection. Joy is absolutely within reach after menopause. With the right information, supportive partners or friends, and most importantly, a deep well of self-love, we can navigate this chapter with grace and courage. As I adapted to these new physical changes, I realized something extraordinary. Intimacy didn't have to feel like something fading or slipping away. On the contrary, it became a beautiful opportunity to redefine what connection, touch, and closeness could look like in this new stage of life. Sexuality, like every other part of our lives, is constantly evolving, and I came to see menopause not as a wall that held me back, but as an open door that invited me to explore more deeply. There is such beauty in reimagining and re-experiencing intimacy with a fresh perspective. My journey of rediscovery truly began to blossom when I took a brave step and started having honest, open conversations with my partner about what I was going through and how I was feeling. It was a moment of vulnerability, but that vulnerability turned out to be a powerful bridge, allowing us to share our innermost thoughts, fears, and desires. Together, we began to discover new ways to connect, honoring the changes that were unfolding while also nurturing the parts of ourselves that still longed for closeness. Discussing vaginal dryness openly with my partner wasn't easy at first. I was apprehensive, worried he might not understand or that this revelation would somehow change how he saw me. Yet, as I began to open up, I found that he was more than willing to listen and support me through this experience. He genuinely wanted to understand and share in this journey, which allowed us to face it together rather than me feeling alone with it. This newfound openness gave us the freedom to move beyond the more conventional ideas of intimacy. Together, we embraced a more gentle and nurturing approach, moving away from penetration when it was uncomfortable and focusing instead on touch, on the kind of connection that didn't rely on any expectations or assumptions. We found joy and warmth in simple acts, gentle touches, long and unhurried massages, and shared moments of vulnerability, like lying together and simply holding each other close, letting our worries, hopes, and dreams flow freely between us. These seemingly small gestures became the foundation for a new kind of intimacy, one that felt safe, gentle, and deeply authentic. Through these experiences, I began to understand that intimacy wasn't only about physical acts but about building a space of trust, openness, and love where two souls can connect and support each other fully. This chapter taught me that true intimacy flourishes when we allow ourselves to be vulnerable, to let go of expectations, and to simply be present with one another. Our connection deepened in ways that surprised us both, revealing a bond that felt richer and more resilient than it had ever been before. I came to realize that, at its core, intimacy is a continuous journey of learning and sharing, of holding space for each other's experiences and supporting each other's growth, no matter what life brings. And as we journey forward, I want to carry this message to other women. Menopause is not an end. It's a transformation, a chance to rediscover parts of ourselves, to reimagine what pleasure and connection mean to us. Vaginal dryness, discomfort, and the physical shifts of this time can be challenging, yes, but they do not have to define us. We are so much more than the changes we go through. We are resilient, ever-evolving beings capable of love, passion, and joy in all its forms. With compassion, patience, and the courage to speak openly, we can redefine what intimacy looks like and create relationships rooted in understanding and acceptance. We can invite new dimensions of connection into our lives, no matter our age or stage, and find that joy is always within reach. Through this journey, I came to realize that sexuality isn't just about physical connection. It's an intricate symphony of emotions, a profound psychological interplay, and perhaps most importantly, a journey into the very core of oneself. True intimacy transcends the act of touch. It invites us to be entirely present, to hold each other's gaze, to feel each shared heartbeat and gentle breath, and to understand, deeply and without words, that we are fully seen and cherished by one another. As we embraced this new, more soulful approach to being together, I felt a surge of passion, unlike anything I'd felt before. A flame reigniting not only in our physical connection but in our shared souls. It was as though we were explorers in an entirely new world where patience, compassion, and tenderness were our guiding lights, helping us navigate this uncharted yet deeply familiar territory. This transformation in intimacy brought with it another journey, one of acceptance. I had to confront my own body, with all its changes, and find a way to see beauty in what I once might have regarded with uncertainty. Learning to embrace every wrinkle and every line, understanding that each one held its own story, was a profound process. These marks of age, once a source of anxiety, slowly became symbols of resilience, reminders of love, laughter, and lessons learned. By looking at myself with this newfound gentleness and respect, I discovered a deep well of confidence that I hadn't realized existed within me. This inner strength became a gift I could then share with my partner. Our renewed self-assurance brought a lightness to our moments of intimacy, freeing us to be more honest and open with each other, allowing us to feel more grounded and completely at ease, wrapped in each other's presence as if time itself had stood still. Now, as I reflect on this journey, I can see that this stage of life doesn't mark the end of sexuality. It's quite the opposite. It's an invitation to rediscover it in ways that are more profound, more tender, and far more enduring. Menopause, a stage I once approached with trepidation, has shown me that desire and intimacy are timeless. They can arise from the simplest moments, like a shared glance or a soft word, and they carry within them a depth of feeling that can surprise and delight if we are open to receiving it. Life has whispered to me that there is more to explore, more to feel, and that sexuality is as rich and rewarding as ever, perhaps even more so, when approached with maturity, self-awareness, and a heart open to its wisdom. To all the women who may be navigating this path, I want to share this heartfelt message. Please don't fall into the belief that menopause marks an end to joy, passion, or closeness. This stage of life may feel uncertain, surrounded by change and even loss, but it also offers a rare and precious opportunity to redefine yourself, to reignite a powerful connection with your body and soul. Instead of viewing intimacy as something that belongs to the past, I encourage you to embrace this time as a gateway to rediscovering the essence of your sensuality, rekindling your self-worth, and celebrating the profound beauty of simply being. Take this journey as a chance to awaken a deeper understanding of desire, one that transcends appearances and societal expectations, and connects you to your own heart. This is your time to let go of outdated definitions of beauty and femininity, to truly see yourself with compassionate eyes, and to stand in the strength and beauty of who you are, just as you are. Reclaiming this power will not only fill your heart with peace but will also make you feel more alive, more connected to your partner, and more in touch with the boundless capacity of your spirit. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Embracing this stage with courage and openness can transform not only your relationship with your partner but also your relationship with yourself. There is a kind of freedom that comes with self-acceptance, with letting go of the need to fit any mold or standard, and instead finding beauty in authenticity, strength in vulnerability, and power in self-love. Every line on your face, every curve, and change is a part of your story, a testament to all you have lived and learned. This stage of life is your invitation to wear these stories proudly, to look in the mirror and see a woman who is complete, fulfilled, and endlessly capable of experiencing love and desire in all its forms. So, to the women who find themselves at this crossroads, Know this: you are beautiful, you are whole, and you are worthy of love and passion that grows only deeper with time. Don't let society's narrow definitions hold you back. Embrace this opportunity to explore a new kind of intimacy, one that is not rooted in youthful exuberance, but in the wisdom and depth that only come from years lived fully. Rediscover what it means to be desired, not because of how you look, but because of who you are, because of the light that shines within you, a light that is uniquely yours. This is not the end. It is a new beginning, and it holds within it the chance for you to experience love, passion, and connection in ways you may have never dreamed possible. Hold on to the beauty of this journey, and let it remind you always that you are endlessly deserving of joy, intimacy, and love, now and always. With the right kind of support surrounding you, be it the unwavering friendship of trusted friends, the steadfast devotion of a loving partner, or the compassionate guidance of empathetic health professionals, you can build a deeply nurturing space. This space is where you can embrace every facet of yourself, opening up to new layers of vulnerability, courage, and self-discovery. It's in this sacred, safe place that you can finally let go of long-held doubts and fears, sharing your deepest experiences, unspoken desires, and lingering concerns. These conversations aren't just words. They are acts of courage and liberation, steps on a path that may lead you toward joy beyond what you thought possible. Each stage of life, each season, comes with its unique beauty, inviting you to look deeper within and explore richer, more meaningful relationships, not only with others but with yourself. In this beautiful new chapter, you can find a renewed sense of intimacy and connection, one that reflects the wisdom and resilience you've gained along the way. Imagine what it would be like to feel truly seen, valued, and loved for the entirety of who you are, not just the roles you play or the surface you show. You have the chance to experience this kind of deep, soulful connection that grows from self-acceptance and honesty, touching depths of intimacy that may surprise you. So, hold on to this truth. You are a resilient, beautiful, and powerful woman. Your sexuality is not limited by age. It is an evolving, vibrant part of you that can flourish in surprising ways, even amid the physical changes that come with menopause and beyond. Embrace the confidence to voice your needs and desires openly. Letting your partner in on what you feel, what you need, and what you fear is a precious gift, not only for them but for yourself. These open dialogues build trust and dismantle any barriers that may have crept in over time. When you create this kind of space, intimacy doesn't just happen. It blossoms naturally, nurtured by empathy and a shared commitment to growth. Never hesitate to speak up about what brings you comfort, joy, or even what may make you anxious. Honest communication is the foundation of a love that grows richer with time. Remember that intimacy is so much more than just physical acts. It is the unspoken language of gestures, shared memories, and gentle touches that convey volumes of love and connection. Try a new kind of closeness, something as simple as a lingering hug, a tender caress, or a meaningful gaze. Perhaps it's a gentle, comforting massage at the end of a long day or a cozy evening wrapped up in a blanket together. Every interaction, every quiet moment shared, can deepen your emotional connection and create a tapestry of closeness woven from countless small acts of love. And if you find yourself facing physical discomfort or changes, know that there are solutions that can bring back comfort and ease. Explore options with confidence. A wide array of gentle lubricants, hydrating vaginal moisturizers, and hormone replacement therapies can offer relief and enhance your experience. Don't be afraid to reach out to a trusted healthcare provider to find what may suit you best. It's empowering to take these steps and find solutions tailored to your body's needs. Taking care of your physical health is equally essential for nurturing your emotional and sexual well-being. Embrace a lifestyle that supports and celebrates your vitality, one that brings out the best in you. Fuel your body with a balanced, nutritious diet filled with wholesome foods that keep you feeling energetic and resilient. Prioritize movement, whether it's a daily walk in nature, gentle stretching, or something more invigorating, to keep your body agile and lively. Staying hydrated is more than just a habit. It's a way to honor your body, keeping it refreshed and ready to support you in all areas of your life. Remember that your physical well-being is interconnected with your mental, emotional, and sexual health. This journey of self-discovery and intimacy is yours to cherish. It's a beautiful and powerful path, one that allows you to reconnect with yourself and redefine what love and closeness mean in your life. With each day, you can uncover new ways of experiencing joy, companionship, and affection. By embracing your emotions, honoring your needs, and moving forward with courage, you allow yourself to step into this stage of life with confidence and grace. And remember, intimacy is as unique as the individuals who share it. Together with your partner, you can write a love story that is uniquely yours. A story woven from empathy, understanding, and a deep, abiding respect for each other's journeys. Hold on to this moment of self-reclamation and empowerment. You deserve a fulfilling, vibrant life where every experience, every tender touch, every soft-spoken word of love reinforces the incredible strength and beauty that you hold within. The journey is yours, and the possibilities are as vast as you dare to imagine. Step forward, unafraid, and open to the joy that awaits. Embrace your body fully and wholeheartedly. Each curve, line, and scar tells a unique chapter of your life story, filled with resilience, love, joy, and even heartache. These are not flaws or imperfections. They are living symbols of the experiences that have shaped you, the lessons you've learned, and the strength you've gained along the way. Wrinkles are like delicate etchings that chronicle laughter and tears, while marks or scars serve as reminders of your journey, of the battles fought and won, of moments cherished, and even those long forgotten. As you begin to accept and love your body in all its forms, you will find a new sense of confidence blossoming within you. This confidence can transform every intimate experience, making it more profound, meaningful, and deeply fulfilling. In this newfound acceptance, consider broadening your experiences if you're open to it. Intimate toys, for instance, are not merely accessories. They are tools for discovery, for opening doors to new sensations and possibilities that you may not have explored before. Using them does not indicate failure or lack. It's a sign of your courage, your willingness to pursue enjoyment and connection on your terms. Intimate toys can enhance pleasure, allowing you to explore different forms of enjoyment and deepen your connection to yourself and your partner, should you have one. This is your journey, and it deserves to be filled with curiosity, joy, and a sense of empowerment in exploring what pleases you. Don't be afraid to seek support. Sometimes, navigating these changes can feel isolating, but know you are not alone. There are others who have walked similar paths, who have experienced the same emotions, fears, and uncertainties. Speaking with friends who have shared similar experiences can be immensely comforting. Their stories can reassure you that what you're feeling is valid and, more importantly, that it's possible to move through these changes with grace and strength. They can offer words of wisdom, humor, or simply an ear to listen when you need it most. If you feel that additional support could help, consider reaching out to support groups or seeking therapy. Sometimes, sharing your thoughts and feelings in a safe space allows for the kind of healing that only comes when you're truly understood. Therapy or support groups can be transformative, creating a community of understanding and encouragement as you transition through this beautiful new phase of life. Above all, give yourself time. Adjusting to change is rarely easy. It can stir up fear, doubt, and resistance. It can make you question yourself or feel like you're losing part of who you once were. But remember, change is not a loss. It's an invitation to grow, to expand into a new, more authentic version of yourself. Be gentle with yourself and allow room for this self-acceptance to unfold naturally. Every step you take toward loving yourself in this moment, exactly as you are, is a small victory. Take it one day at a time. With patience, you will begin to see that each shift, each change, brings with it a new understanding of yourself, a deeper awareness of what truly matters, and a greater capacity to love. Redefine pleasure in ways that resonate deeply with who you are now. Let go of rigid definitions and embrace pleasure as a limitless, multi-dimensional experience. It's not confined to one specific act or moment. Pleasure can be found in the quiet satisfaction of a morning cup of tea, in the warmth of the sun on your face, in the deep laughter shared with friends. It can be found in feeling safe and comfortable in your skin, in a tender touch, or simply in the joy of knowing you are alive. Discover what truly brings you joy now, without comparison to the past or any idealized image of what pleasure should look like. Embrace it as it comes, whether it's physical, emotional, or spiritual, and let yourself be open to exploring new dimensions of happiness and fulfillment. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. Maintain an open heart and a curious spirit. Allow this phase of life to be an ongoing journey, a beautiful, transformative adventure where each day holds the potential for growth and self-discovery. Sexuality, connection, and pleasure are not finite. They don't have an expiration date or endpoint. They are evolving parts of who you are, and as long as you are alive, they will be part of your experience, filled with endless possibilities waiting to be explored. Aging is not a limitation. It's an invitation to go deeper, to understand yourself more fully, and to find connections and joys that may have been hidden from view in earlier stages of life. Embracing change with curiosity and a sense of adventure can reveal gifts you may never have anticipated. I hope my story and the thoughts I've shared here give you a renewed sense of hope, inspiration, and excitement for this vibrant chapter of your life. This time is rich with opportunities for connection and rediscovery. It's a season of your life where you can redefine what intimacy and pleasure mean to you on your terms. Let menopause or any other transition you're experiencing not be a closing door but a gateway to a more expansive, loving, and meaningful life. Embrace this journey, with all its twists and turns, as an incredible opportunity to deepen your understanding of yourself and experience the fullness of your being in ways you might never have dreamed possible. This is your life, and it is beautiful in all its complexity, in every mark, every change, every heartbeat that reminds you that you are still here, still growing, and still capable of boundless joy. As we bring this journey to a close, take a moment to reflect on what you've learned about embracing change, finding joy, and redefining intimacy and pleasure on your terms. Every stage of life brings new growth opportunities, and we hope this video has inspired you to see this season as a beautiful, transformative chapter. What's one thing you've learned here that you feel inspired to put into practice in your own life? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your story could be the encouragement someone else needs on their journey. If you enjoyed this video, please leave your comment below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more insights and inspiration. Thank you for watching, and here's to embracing every part of the journey with courage, curiosity, and love.